Level 7. Survival difficulty, Class 4. Unsafe, unsecure, medium, entity count. Level 7 is the 8th level of the backrooms. It poses a significant obstacle to exploration of level 8 and further. Description: Level 7 is an impossibly large ocean that seems to stretch infinitely in all directions. Despite the absence of fixed light sources within the level, all dim natural light is present across the level. Detailed exploration of this ocean is first due to the extreme danger and the amount of preparation it requires to navigate. What we know about Level 7 is as follows. Level 7 is largely unexplored, but is understood to be composed of two rooms: the entrance room and the room containing the ocean itself, with a high concrete ceiling suspended above the water. The entrance room appears to be the most readily available point of entry to Level 7, being directly at the bottom of the stairs from Level 6. This entrance room is the most habitable point in the level, and should be used as a home base for those who dare to explore the ocean below. This room is fully furnished, with a bookcase against the left wall containing several books of unknown origin, a small coffee table, a single chair, and a fluorescent ceiling lamp. The carpeted floor is covered with a shallow pool of water no deeper than a puddle. Across the room floor, the staircase to Level 6 is the doorway to the ocean. Any explorers willing to traverse Level 7 should be aware that the center of gravity within the entrance room is different from that of the rest of the level. The entrance room appears to be built sideways into the ceiling of Level 7, with the door opening up directly above the water from a top-down perspective. Anything directly in front of the open doorway will have a gravity forcibly adjust to that of the ocean, leading several unfortunate wanderers to plummet through the doorway into the waters below. The vast majority of Level 7 is composed of the ocean outside of the entrance. The door to the entrance room is located on a fixed spot on the concrete ceiling, roughly 4.5 meters above the surface of the water. Though the water surrounding the entrance is barren, wanderers traveling far enough across the surface have discovered islands made of an unknown rock, which are mostly uninhabited. The ocean of Level 7 is mostly uncharted, but exploration suggests that the entire level is almost completely devoid of life. The zones of Level 7, categorized by light levels, are listed as such. The Daylight Zone. As the name suggests, the Daylight Zone is the most well-illuminated part of Level 7, of this Level 7 ocean. Being slightly less dim than the surface, very little else can be said about this zone, as it is the most barren area of the ocean. The Twilight Zone. Located just below the Daylight Zone, roughly a kilometer below the surface of the water, the Twilight Zone is significantly darker and colder. This zone contains loose bones and scraps of rusted metal, as well as the first signs of skull skeletons. These skeletons are often humanoid with noticeable difference, including much larger jaws, containing long, sharp teeth and legs ending in what are presumed to be flippers. Several skeletons of large unearthly fish have also been spotted, many of which have covered in bite or scratch marks. The water pressure is said to be quite strong by this point, yet it appears that at no point in Level 7 is the pressure great enough to crush the human skeleton. However, due to more pressing dangers, explorers willing to travel as far or further down are advised to leave as quickly as possible. The Midnight Zone. Estimated to range at around 3 kilometers below the Twilight Zone. The Midnight Zone is completely dark. Many more full skeletons have been found within this portion of the ocean, almost all of which are those of the human entities previously mentioned. There have been reports of incredibly large fish-like skeletons in the Midnight Zone, but the skeletal structures of these creatures have been described by observers as incomprehensible. The Abyss. Any depths below 7 kilometers from the surface is considered to be too dangerous to explore, with the longest recorded exploration of the Abyss lasting just under 2 minutes. The Abyss is sparsely decorated with mountainous piles of dirt and rock, with a steady bubbling emanating from an unknown source below. This zone is also densely populated by the aforementioned humanoid skeletons, most of which have been eroded in some regard in the immense pressure. Little else is known about the depths of the waters, aside from rumors of a cave entrance in one of the underwater mountains that are said to lead to Level 8. The current depth of Level 7 is unknown by exact terms, but members of the BAS have determined it to be impossible deep architecturally. Fragments of synthetic fiber in the Midnight Zone and the Abyss suggest that the ocean floor is carpeted. Entities. For many years, Level 7 has believed to have only one entity, the infamous thing on Level 7. As of April 18th, 2019, Level 7 is now inhabited by another entity, who goes by the name Tiny. The combined ferocity and physical progress of both entities have left the entire rest of the ocean completely uninhabited, making them primary sources of danger within the level. Both entities appear to be matched only by one another in terms of speed, strength, and detection, and are to be avoided by all means necessary. As of now, Tiny has been shown to limit himself to the daylight and twilight zones, whereas the thing makes its home into the midnight zone and upper abyss. It is unknown how or why, but the two appear to have an agreement or mutually assured destruction, preventing one another from hunting outside their designated territories. Exploration and survival. Due to the unreasonably hostile conditions of Level 7, the following is a raw survival guide for those attempting to traverse this level. The entrance room should be treated as a home base, and trips into the ocean should be as short as possible before returning. Dropping a rope or ladder from the doorway to the surface of the ocean is essential, as it is the only conceivable way to climb back up to safety. Though the temperature of Level 7's ocean is extremely low, it is not lethal except in cases of extremely long-term exposure. In addition to this, the air above the surface contains an unknown property that allows those who breathe in it to hold their breath for considerably longer than normal, almost 30 minutes in some cases. These two factors make the seemingly impossible swimming conditions surprisingly manageable even without a diving gear. The two entities of the level are the most concerned. Confrontation should be avoided at all costs, and communication with Tiny should only take place from the safety of the entrance room or an island, though a fight with either entity is a death sentence. The thing's life is perpetual darkness makes its eyes much more sensitive to light, and Tiny's incredible strong sense of hearing makes him susceptible to loud noises. By using these two factors, it is possible to subdue both entities for long enough to explore with reduced risk. Bases, outposts, and communities. Fort Surrender. An outpost on the closest recorded island consisting of absurdly constructed shoulder composed of broken furniture held together by tar. Inhabitants are rumored to have devoted themselves to worshipping the thing on Level 7. Numbers of inhabitants unknown, but said to be somewhere between 4 and 9 people. Population of the outpost is rumored to be hostile. Entrances and exits. Entrances. The only known entrance to Level 7 is through a staircase down from Level 6, which leads directly into the entrance room. There are rumors of a possible entrance, though, through a puddle on the floor of Level 8. Exits. The most well-known exit to Level 7 can be found in an underwater cave on the side of a particularly tall mountain toward the bottom of the Midnight Zone. This mountain is almost directly below the entrance room, creating a straightforward, albeit lengthy, route to Level 8. Though it is strongly discouraged, diving into the abyss and going unconscious leads directly to Level 83. As of June 28, 2022, a new exit has been discovered roughly 150 meters west from the entrance room that leads directly to Level 9. This exit is approximately 150 meters below the surface and is marked by a collection of massive underwater pipes and stone pillars in a circular formation. In the center of this formation is a wooden door built into the floor of a circular stone platform. Judging by the high quantity of skeletons and loose bone in the area, it is safe to assume this is where Tiny resides most of the time, so approach with extreme caution. Recent speculations suggest that Level 7 may be connected in some way to other ocean levels, as several people have claimed to have traveled by boat to Level 880 by sailing extremely far to the west of the entrance room. This exit is unproven, but it's being looked into as possible safer exit to the level.